What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Y'all, I want you guys to look at something because apparently you can't make this shit up. So apparently there's a college student who got arrested after a red light violation and now is facing deportation. Look at this.
Man, oh man, what a sob story we've got for you. This is from the New York Post. This is by Nicholas McKentry. And it's titled, Georgia College Student Faces Deportation After Running Red Light. Police discover her entire family has been living illegally in the U.S. for years. A Georgia college student faces deportation after she ran a red light, and authorities discovered her entire family had been living illegally in the U.S. for nearly 15 years. Mexican national Ximena Cristobal, 19, was pulled over by police in Dalton, Georgia, on May 5th when she failed to adhere to a no-turn-on-red sign. She was a Dalton State Community College student and was driving without a driver's license, but told officers she had an international driver's license, according to WTVC, citing the arrest report. She admitted that she didn't have the foreign document when Dalton police officers asked her to show it, claiming that her mother had taken it away from her, and said she was not supposed to be driving. Well, no, duh.
So wait a minute. So she's in the. Hold up. First of all, how did she get into college without proper registration? Why is she driving a vehicle first thing? First things first, why is she driving a vehicle? Especially if she doesn't have a license. How is the car registered? How is it that all this shit has been, ma'am, your ass deserves it.
2010, Arias Cristobal was brought into the U.S. illegally by her parents when she was only 4 years old during the family's move from Mexico City to the Dalton area, over 30 miles from the Tennessee and Georgia border. You know, her parents are complete scumbags here. I'm sorry. Been living in this country illegally for over 15 years.
Okay, if you've been living in the country for 15 plus years, why didn't you go through the proper channels, proper documentation to get registered and get your green card? Because you know the country, you know you was gonna be under the damn, you knew you was gonna be under the damn knife or under the damn microscope if you never got that information. You know that. So my question is this: why on God's green earth would you not take the necessary precautions to keep your ass from getting arrested? And I agree with this guy. Her parents are scumbags. Because for me, it's like this. I understand you don't want to stay in Mexico because of the issues that's going on in Mexico. I understand that. But at some point in time, you have to take responsibility for the shit that you do. And this girl driving on illegal on with no license, ma'am, I think you might need to. I think you might need to just go ahead and just pack it up and go on home, cause it ain't gonna end like you think it's gonna end with Trump in there. Yeah, you getting deported.
It's not really her fault that she's here illegally, but I have no sympathy for her family nor for her in this instance. She needs to go. Now, because of her non-citizen status, the New York Post goes on to write, Arias Cristobal was paying out-of-state tuition for school despite living in the area, meaning she knew damn well that she was here illegally, but was continuing to flaunt the law. The officer who pulled her over attempted to speak to the teen's mom, the owner of the car, but neither of them spoke English, according to the report. Now, they're not saying whether or not the mom was with her in the car, I'm guessing.
So, none of them speaks English. I'm sorry to say it like this, but and I do feel for people that come over legally that don't know how to speak Spanish, don't know how to speak English. But if it's necessary for us to go when we go over to our countries to understand that language, they need to come to the United States at least able to speak conversational English. I believe that. Now I'm going to say it like this: I understand there's people that comes here that don't necessarily understand it or the circumstances that they come. I understand that. But you've been in the United States for 15 plus years and you don't know how to speak English? Yeah, okay. I would start picking up certain words, or I would start picking up words my first month of living in another country.
Not. Arias Cristobal was arrested and charged with driving without a valid license and failure to obey traffic control devices. She was transported to the Whitfield County Jail, a partner of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement 287G program. Thank you, Trump, used to identify illegal aliens in the country. This program operates based on a series of reviews and background checks completed only after an inmate is already arrested for an offense under Georgia law, the jail's operation guide said. Arias Cristobal was processed through the federal database, which confirmed she was not a citizen, and so now she is up for deportation. She was brought to ICE's Stewart Detention Center in Lumpkin, where her father, Jose Francisco, is also being held. Well, looks like Daddy-O was also arrested for being doing something he shouldn't have been doing. What a family of illegals. Now, Arias Tovar, her father, was arrested last month when he was pulled over for driving 19 miles over the speed limit, the outlet reported, meaning he got pulled over, and then they found out that he, too, was here illegally. The father, who owns his own company, even though he is not a citizen, should...
How does he have his own company? Wait, how does he have his own company with him not being a legal resident, a legal citizen, have no documentation? Because if, hold on, what kind of company does he have? The father who owns his own company was not proper paperwork to remain in the United States. It is not known if he ever applied for citizenship. Most likely he hasn't. Because he's been living here for 15 years and...
Should not be here, was denied proper paperwork, surprise, surprise, to remain in the U.S. I mean, come on, you broke into the country. Why would you get paperwork to stay into the country? But of course, that's what our government has been facilitating for the past 2 decades, and really before then, but the last 2 decades in particular. It was not known if he ever applied for citizenship. Who cares? He broke into the country illegally. He has got to go. Now, my dad has his own company, and they called a lawyer to see if they could get a job permit or visa, and they said that they hadn't hit the status to get one yet, Arias Cristobal's younger sister told WTVC. Cristobal was not eligible for the DACA program, having been brought into the country a year after the program ended. And by the way, the DACA program was insane and should never have been allowed either. It was just another way to get chain migration into the country. Thank you, Obama. So she missed that. Anyway, Jones created, this is the Hannah Jones lady that said that she missed the DACA program. This woman, I guess, babysat the illegals in the past. She created a GoFundMe to try and raise money and create a sob story for this woman who was here illegally. And the money is being raised for an immigration attorney and a bond for the teen. Chattanooga, Tennessee-based immigration attorney Terry Olson called out the family's attention. We do see that ICE is really trying to find any and all methods to say that an international has some way violated the process and their status. Now, this lawyer is a scumbag. I'm going to pause this for a minute here.
Imagine you being in... I wish lawyers would try to fight for the American citizens like this. How in the fuck do you excuse my language. No, don't excuse my language. How the fuck do you come to the United States and then you got people like this talking about, well, they came here, they didn't do anything wrong. Motherfucker, it's called breaking into the country. How the fuck do you if Matter of fact, let me rephrase it like this. If my fat ass go across the damn the country line or the borderline of the Mexican and U.S. Government borderline, my fat ass is getting arrested. Not only is Border Patrol gonna stop my fat ass, if I get over the damn border, you know what's gonna happen? Do you know? The Mexican Border Patrol is gonna get my fat ass. I can't hop my big ass over that damn line. I do. I'm committing a felony. I'm committing a felony. Committing a felony. International felony at that. My fat ass is going to jail. Hell, they gonna sit the hell. They gonna arrest me, expedite me right back to fucking the United States, and then I'm going straight to jail. Imagine that. These people are crazy. These people are fucking crazy. Anyways, I'll catch you on the flip side. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, support the podcast, and Spotify.com. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye, guys.